welcome back to my channel. So in this video I will be showing you guys how to revamp this 2-year-old wig. Okay, this wig is throwback. Okay, this is one of my first wigs I ever made. I believe this is my second wig. Like, just look at those ends, look how dried out it is. So in this video we'll be bringing life back to this wig. So right now I'm just going through and I'm sewing down any tracks that have came, that's lifting, that's hanging on by a little bit. So I'm just going through and I'm just sewing all of those tracks back on. I do have a very detailed sewing video coming up, so stay tuned for that. And I'm just going through looking for tracks that I need to sew down. Like, look at that, look how dry it is. Like, it's so dry on my hands, y'all. Like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm just going through, I'm sewing down the tracks, making sure that all of them sewed down. Okay, so now that we got all the tracks sewn down, I'm just going through now with my pencil brush and I'm brushing through that hair, you guys. You want to start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. Even with your real hair, start from the bottom and work your way up to the top, because if you start from the top and go to the bottom, you're basically ripping out your hair. So start from the bottom, work your way up to the top, and I'm brushing it out nice and thoroughly because you don't want to put water on tangled matted hair, because if you do, it's gonna get matted worse. You're gonna have a hard time trying to get all those tangles out, all those knots out. So before I even wet it, I just take my time and I just go through and I just brush every little kink out of that hair. Okay, so now that I'm finished brushing out the hair, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean the lace off, and I'm going to go ahead and clean where I got a little bit of got-to-be glue on the hair in the front. So I'm taking my 91% alcohol and a old washcloth, and I'm just taking my time and just going cleaning that closure really good. I'm cleaning where I got some of the got-to-be glued on top of the hair, and I'm gonna also flip over the wig so I can clean the inside of the closure. And I'm gonna be brushing through the hair, making sure that all that glue done came out and it's loosened up, because once you wet it, the glue is not going to really come out. The water is not going to make the glue come out. You got to really get some 91% alcohol. I see people use sea breeze. I see people use witch hazel. I see people use baby oil, coconut oil, anything that's gonna get out that's gonna get out your glue. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna deep condition this wig. So I'm going ahead, throwing the wig in the sink, and I'm getting it wet with cool water. I don't like to use hot water when I'm trying to revamp a wig. I just think it kind of strips all the moisture out the hair. I could be wrong, but I don't like to use hot water. I like to use cool water. And what I'm going to use is my Tresemme ultra moisturizing conditioner. As long as you get a conditioner that says ultra moisturizing, just anything with moisture in it, so it can add that moisture back into your wig. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to add moisture back into our hair. So I just go ham, like literally go in on putting that conditioner on that wig. I use like a bottle and a half. If you don't think it's enough, use some more, because we need to drench this wig in conditioner because it's super dried out. So just keep adding the conditioner. Again, if you don't think it's enough, go back, add some more, and just work that conditioner into that hair. Get it on every little piece of that hair. Okay, so now that we have this wig drenched in conditioner, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a panel brush and we're just going to go through and just brush this wig out, because we need that conditioner to get on every piece of this wig. We need to touch every little piece of hair. So we're just going through and we're going to just brush. Take your time and brush out the hair, brush out the kinks, and really work that conditioner through the hair. Okay, so I let that conditioner sit in the hair for probably about an hour, and I rinsed it out with cool water, and I let the hair air dry overnight. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking my brush and I'm blow drying, and I'm gonna go through and just make sure that the whole wig is dry. I'm gonna also flip the wig upside down so I can make sure that that closure is fully dry and all the hair up under at the very bottom is 100% dry before I start styling this wig. Y'all, look how that conditioner brought that wig to life. Like, look at that luster, look at that shine. It's so bouncy and soft. I could not quit rubbing my fingers through it. It was so soft and pretty. It was literally everything. Yeah, like, look at that. Come on now, don't play with me. Stop playing. Look at that shine and that luster, you guys. It was so soft. All right, so now I'm getting started on the styling process, guys. I decided to throw some crimps in this hair. So I really wanted really soft, bouncy crimps. I don't like the hard, stiff, don't move when you move your head, kind of stuck together kind of crimps. So what I'm doing, I'm taking my Got To Be glue spray and I'm spraying far away from the hair. That way a little bit get on each piece of the hair. And I'm taking my crimp iron, and I got this crimp iron from my local beauty supply store. It's about $40, and I just leave it on there for about 45 seconds, and then I go directly up under that crimp I just did. And then I just keep going all the way till I get to the end, and I do crimp all the way to the very end. It look a lot neater that way. If you do want those kind of hard looking crimps and where they'll last longer, then just spray a lot of Got To Be glue spray on the piece that you're crimping. Because my crimps did fall after about 3-4 days. They did fall, and they kind of went into like this wavy pattern, which I was fine with because I just don't like stiff, kind of crunchy, hard, stuck to my head, don't move crimps. But if you do want that and you do want your crimps to last longer, then just make sure you spray a lot of Got To Be glue spray on the section that you're crimping, and it will last longer. Okay, so you want to just keep doing the same process throughout the whole wig. Just section out a medium piece of hair, comb through it. Spray got to be freeze spray on it. It's your decision on how much you want to spray. And comb through it again and just start crimping. Start from the very top and work your way down to the very bottom. You're just gonna do that this whole process. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this side on camera, and then the other side I will finish off camera, and I'll come back when I'm finished with the last piece. Okay, so I'm now finally on my last piece of hair, right there in the front. So now all I'm going to do is I'm finishing up that crimp. I'm going to go through and I'm going to spray a little bit more got to be free spray on it. Not too much because I don't, I want to be nice and bouncy. So I'm not spraying too much of got to be. But look at that. Isn't that cute, you guys? This took me about a day on and off. This literally took me about a day to do. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go through and just clean up that part. As you can see, I was going for a middle part, so I'm just going through my rat tail comb and just making sure that part is nice and crisp down the middle of the head. I'm taking my She Is Bomb wax stick and I'm putting that all over the front of the closure. I'm gonna take my hot comb and lay that hair down. With crimps, your hair can tend to kind of stand up, but I don't like that. So that's why I'm laying that hair down in the front. I like my installs to be nice and flat. Don't matter what kind of style I'm rocking. Like, it gotta lay nice and flat on my head. I don't like nothing really like sticking up on top of my head like that. So I'm going through and kind of getting those crimps to kind of lay down a little bit more. Now, if you don't mind, the top of your head where the crimps at to stick up, then you don't have to do that part. It's just me. I just want my install to lay nice and flat on my head. So that's why I'm doing that step. So yeah, so that's all I'm doing. I burnt my dumb ass self right there. So, but yeah, I'm just going through, making sure it's nice and flat, working out all those crimps that was at the top and in the very back at the top. So yeah. Okay, so as I already mentioned, this wig is about 2.5 years old. So I'm not really feeling that part being kind of widened like that. So I'm going to take my rat tail comb and I'm going to put it in that part. And I'm going to take my high beams spray in black. And I'm going to kind of go far away and spray that part. That way it don't look so widened. And it'll look more natural. Okay, and after I do that, I'm just going to take my blow dryer and dry that spray on there for about 30 seconds. Then I'm going to take my hot comb and kind of just go back over those kinks and make sure that the hair is really, really flat at the top. Okay, so here I am looking a mess, ready to apply this wig. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking some wild growth oil and I'm just putting it in between my braids and on the front of my hairline, around my edges. I just had a baby not too long ago, so I'm kind of still dealing with hair loss around my edges. And I know y'all thinking like, girl, please take these braids out your head. But I usually go for about a 6-month stretch. But my next video will be me taking out these braids, okay? So don't get on me too much, okay? So yeah, I'm just taking my brush, I'm brushing all that hair back. I'm about to take my 91% alcohol and clean around my hairline so that closure can lay nice and flat. Okay, so now I'm taking the Got To Be glue gel and I'm just gonna apply that way I want the closure to go. So I'm just putting it in the front of my hairline in the middle and I'm just going to do about 2 coats, spread that out nice and thin, and then I'm going to spray the Got To Be freeze spray. And I'm going to also put that on my finger and I'm going to apply that right on top of that got to be glue gel. The got to be glue gel and the got to be glue spray, I promise you, if it's done correctly and you clean your hairline completely, I promise you it give you like a week and a half, 2-week hold. Like, I promise you, no cap, like, for real. So that's why I usually use for my closures. I don't too much use glue for my closures. I usually use those for my frontals. But anyway, so I'm just going to blow dry that for about 35 to 45 seconds. Make sure it's nice and sticky. And I'm going to put this wig on. I did install an elastic band in this wig, and it's still holding on after all these years. So yeah, so I'm just going to position it on my head, get it the way I want it, and I'm going to give it a nice firm press into that got to be glue spray and that glue. Then I'm going to take a head scarf and I'm going to tie that closure down. I do like to use a silk head scarf, but the cotton one was all I had at the time, and it was fine. But if you have a silk one, use a silk one, or if you have an elastic band handy, use that. I just didn't have that around me at the time. And so then when I put the scarf on, I'm gonna blow dry it for about another 45 seconds. Get it nice and sticky and get it just get it molded on there and get it to melting. Okay, so now that we have that down, I'm just gonna go through and do some baby hairs. I don't get too baby hair crazy with a closure because you really can't. So, because you don't have this is just a 5x5 closure, so you really don't have a lot of room to do a whole lot of baby hairs. But so yeah, I'm just taking some baby hairs that was already previously cut right there. So I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and just gel them down, swoop them down, kind of get them to how I want them to go. I just took some got to be gel and just slit them down and put them had them going the direction I want them to go. And if you see that my finger right there is a little bit yellow, I did somebody perm and I didn't put on no gloves, so that's why you see my finger. That's not my fingernail, don't normally look like that, so you know what I'm saying, don't try to get on your girl. But yeah, so that's all I'm doing now is I'm taking my baby hair comb and I'm just going in and I'm swooping those baby hairs to how I want them to go. Okay, so now that I done took my got to be glue spray and I done sprayed on my baby hairs and I done blow dry for a little bit so I can get those baby hairs to land nice and flat. I'm gonna take my LA Pro concealer and I'm going to just take a angle brush and I'm going to go right directly down that part. Okay, so listen y'all, so with me putting this concealer down my part and I'm tapping on it to kind of make sure that it don't look so, just kind of blend it out some, it was turning black and I'm like, yo, what's the gag? Why is it black when I tap onto the concealer? kind of find out I still had some of the black spray on my finger, so that's why you see me going through it so many times. But anywho, I went to the bathroom, I washed my hands, and I went through and I put the concealer down the middle and kind of tapped it so it can kind of blend out. But this is the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my social medias. They will be down in the description box. Y'all have a great day. Bye bye.